everybody, this is Rob James from Mirasols here to talk to you today about our song Change. It's part of an ongoing video series to take a deeper look into our songs and the quotes that inspire them. Change is inspired by the quote, "The more things change, the more they stay the same," by Jean-Baptiste Alphonse Karr. It's a very interesting quote. It's very timely with COVID going on. But beyond COVID, the amount of change going on is just pretty unbelievable with the climate, globalization, the movement of racial equality, Me Too, et cetera, et cetera. There's just an unbelievable amount of change going on in the world like we've never seen before. And where the quote lands with me is the idea that the more things change, the more I'm wanting to embrace the things in my life that are not changing. So like my principles, my family, the mountain I can see from my backyard, the ocean, those things are there. They're stabilizers, they're reminders that as much as things are changing, some of the core elements in your life are not, and they act as a sort of a stabilizer. And not that they weren't there before, but you have sort of a heightened sense of their importance and how they're grounding sort of north stars in your life, in the midst of all of this incredible change. In the lyrics for Change, you try to create some visualizations of some of these stabilizing elements in your life. So growing up and the memories of that, the house that you used to live in is often, you find people, they go back and visit the house that they grew up in. That kind of thing creates this nostalgia, this stabilization, this sense of grounding from where you came from. And then, splashing in a reminder that, amidst all this change, much of it stays the same, and that, it's important to use that as a function to sort of allow you to absorb all of this and, emotionally land on your feet. One of the interesting side effects of all this is it has the impact of slowing everything down in a way that could never happen short of something like this pandemic, where they basically order everybody to stay at home. So there's no other way that would have happened, and life was only getting faster and faster, and that's referenced in the lyrics of the whole world's going too fast for people to care. It's difficult. It doesn't make people bad. It just says when you're moving that quickly, you see things differently, and the effect of slowing us all down really should have some sort of cathartic element to it. And there's a great old expression, which is, never waste a good crisis. And there's plenty of potential positives that would come out of slowing yourself down, having some time to write, reflect, think, create, develop hobbies, spend more time getting to know your kids or your family or your friends in a way you couldn't otherwise. And so there are all these sort of lemonade from lemons elements to all of this, and it's important, and it's sort of a element of hopefulness that comes from this of, a lot's changing, but a lot is staying the same. See the opportunities this presents, and be better than it, and do something with it in a positive way. Musically, Change is meant to be quite simple. The finger picking's fairly intricate of sorts, but it's repetitive, and so it's meant to be familiar and stable and calming in a way, because that's really the message of, don't panic, and there's some hope in there. And so while you have a consistent, steady, repetitive, familiar element in the underlying guitar, as the song goes along, I think some of the musical elements come in the second half that sort of give it a little more of a positive uplift, and sort of try to tint this with an element of hope and positivity as we all sort of go through this together. So that's our deep dive on the song Change. Hope you enjoyed that. If you want to support the band, please go ahead and subscribe to the button below, like the video if you liked it, and leave some comments. We'd love to hear what everybody thinks. So take care. Bye, everybody.